The transfer window is now officially open. We've got silly season in full flow, and I've decided to look back over the last 10 years or so. What have been the weirdest transfer rumors of all time? Why didn't they happen, and why were they ever a thing? These transfers never ended up getting that final "here we go" tweet from Fabrizio Romano.
I'm gonna tweet now, here we go.
But were close, if not a strange circumstance, intervened to kill the transfer dead in the water. Some of these rumors, I've got no idea how these stories came about really. It must have been a slow news day. Meanwhile, some other ones are some famous what-ifs of world football. Today, we're gonna find out what if the weirdest transfer rumors of all time actually came true. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what were the weirdest and downright ludicrous transfer rumors you wish came true over the years. And have I missed out on any of the weird transfer rumors in this video? Let me know. Not only that, we've hit the handy reset button on their careers, rewinding the clock back to their actual age and rating in FIFA at the time the rumors started circulating. The ranges for some of these players go back 10 years, 5 years, 3 years. There's a wide variety of players we've chosen from, and I think you guys are gonna absolutely love it. We're gonna sign these guys up to their actual rumored clubs back in the day, simulate a couple of seasons to see how they would perform, and how would their careers and performances change throughout the years if they eventually signed for those rumored teams. First one off the bat, we're gonna start with a pretty famous one that you guys should all know. It was the one that got away for Blackburn Rovers, the Polish gunslinger Robert Lewandowski to Blackburn Rovers. Now, this was spot on 10 years ago. Cast your mind back a decade, and Blackburn Rovers were in the Premier League. Sam Allardyce was at the helm, and they were trying to stay up. They were trying to survive, as they were a pretty decent staple Premier League club. But one of the most bizarre things happened was that an ash cloud, a volcano eruption in Iceland, prevented them from signing Robert Lewandowski. He was in the Polish league at Lech Poznan. Blackburn were frontrunners. They were going to sign him. The terms were agreed between the club's agent and player. He's mentioned in interviews after that it could have been his first choice if he flew to Blackburn, but that ash cloud prevented it in 2010 and the deal never happened. He moved to Borussia Dortmund, and the rest was history. In this save now, he's 21, and his rating back in FIFA 10 was 74. No need to dream anymore, Blackburn fans. Can he get you guys promoted? Is he going to keep you up in the Premier League? If he does get you that promotion, as you're going to acquire a world-class striker that rightfully should have been yours. Let me know down in the comments below, how do you think Lewandowski would have actually played in the Premier League or in England? It would have been a very different career path change. Would he have become the world-class striker that he is today? Who knows? Nonetheless, Blackburn signed him up on the dotted line. He has potential to be special. There is your image. Lewandowski in a Blackburn kit. One of the famous, weirdest transfer rumors that never actually happened. We remain in England as we move up north to Newcastle United. I know the current takeover from the Saudis is off the table. They pulled out of the deal, but that doesn't mean the Magpies have experienced some weird transfer rumors over the years. I know this takeover has provided so many memes with Newcastle, with, you know, every single world-class player in the world joining them. Well, let me tell you this. We have a player from that meme era of the takeover, and someone before the takeover was even in the question. Right here, I present to you an 82 rated Kylian Mbappe. He was actually the favorite to join Newcastle United as soon as the first takeover last year was rumored. That eventually never happened, and, you know, the rumors started circulating once again after the Saudis invested some interest this year. And on the second time around, we have Lorenzo Insigne, who was rumoured to go to St. James's Park under Rafa Benitez in the Championship. The Magpies fans were dreaming. A 25-year-old Insigne was rumoured, and from Napoli, I don't think you can take him away from his boyhood club, his hometown club, as a matter of fact, and they eventually never ended up pouncing on the Italian winger. But how would have this Newcastle side performed if they have acquired both Mbappe and Insigne? Well, boy, we're about to find out. Here we have it, all the confirmation you need, your brand new signings from a takeover meme era, where the bookies actually had Mbappe odds-on favourite to join Newcastle. They have a long history of signing French players, by the way, so it isn't a far stretch. Maybe it is a far stretch, but you know what I mean. And there we have it. Napoli accept the £56.2 million bid for Lorenzo Insigne back when he was 25 years of age. Freshly relegated to the Championship. This one was probably never going to happen. Maybe if they were in the Premier League, it could have been a possibility. From the Premier League to League One, we remain in England, and we also remain in Tyneside, the northeast. It's Newcastle's rival Sunderland. Cast your mind back 9-10 years ago when Sunderland were in the Premier League, a first division staple, and the Black Cats were flying high. It's a bit of a different transfer rumor slash scenario on our hands. They had the opportunity to sign the Croatian midfield baller Ivan Rakitic for 380k back in 2011. Looking back on it now, with hindsight involved, this has got to be one of the worst decisions in transfers ever at the club. We've based his rating off his FIFA 11 card, which was 78 overall. He was 22. Not only that, he was available on a pre-contract arrangement at only 22. They could have picked him up from Schalke. Despite the criticism he gets nowadays, he was definitely a hot, highly underrated prospect 9-10 years ago. You had to spend 20 million pounds in comparison to the 2 mil that Sevilla paid all the way back in the day. But now, Rakitic has fulfilled his destiny and signed for Sunderland. Can he be the man to take them up from the 3rd division of England all the way back up to the Premier League where they belong? We're going to find out as Sunderland's new 24 has been unveiled. The poorest transfer decision in Sunderland club history has now been fulfilled in FIFA 20. We're just division hopping at the moment. We are remaining in England, of course, but we have gone up from the Premier League to League One, now to the Championship. We're at the Baggies with West Brom at the Hawthorns, and we've got one hell of a weird transfer rumour. Now, it recently came out a couple of years ago that an ex-West Bromwich Albion scout revealed that the club passed up on a €2 million deal for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Abama who? Abama what? Abama blood clot yang, who was so close to signing for West Brom as he recommended them to the Midland club back in 2011. So something about 2011, 2010, so many transfer deals were passed up on. At the time, he was playing for Saint Etienne, but he was also passed up on AC Milan's books. They got rid of him, and the Gabonese striker has just conquered ever since. He's prospered away from the clubs that have rejected him and really proven the doubters wrong. How could have Aubameyang's career and West Brom's future in the Premier League shaped if Aubameyang actually signed all the way back in 2011? Can he be the hero to guide them to promotion just like Rakitic? And there's West Brom's brand new number 17 as Jo Pierre has agreed to move to West Brom and he's back in the big time. You guessed it, it's another English club under the microscope. We're back in the Premier League. The Hammers, we have got probably one of the best teams, or one of the teams that have benefited the most from this weird transfers experiment, and you're going to find out exactly why. First up, this was a very well-known one, another one of the famous weird transfer rumours we have seen popped up over the years. Just like the Lewandowski to Blackburn, West Ham were in front of the queue to sign a 18-year-old, a teenage Neymar, back in 2010. Just 4 years earlier, the London club signed Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano, and they were clearly still on that South American high. Unfortunately for West Ham, the deal never came through. They were forced to pay his release clause, which they just couldn't afford. Let me know, West Ham fans, would you have taken Neymar in 2010, back when he was an uncapped teenager and just a bright youth academy talent for Santos? I can't imagine in what timeline this would have happened. Just think about it. Sam Allardyce, David Moyes, managing the likes of Neymar at West Ham. That would have been a sight to behold, and thankfully we have the opportunity to recreate it here in FIFA 20 career mode. An 18-year-old Neymar confirmed the new number 9 shirt for West Ham. He's arrived in London, arrived in the Premier League, ready to get the rest of his career underway. Can an 18-year-old Neymar do it on a cold, rainy night at Stoke? That's the main question here. It's a double weird transfer rumour, as James Rodriguez back in 2016 was linked to West Ham. I'm pretty sure this was the basis of just the papers linking him to the club and rumours speculating the Colombian and his future at Real Madrid, as Zinedine Zidane wasn't really feeling him at the time. Just 2 years prior, he moved to Los Blancos for £63 million after that spectacular World Cup display. It's a South American revolution happening, unfolding here at the London Stadium, and it's James Rodriguez and Neymar in claret and blue. I thought we'd never see the day. Let's see if that South American flair can pay off in the Premier League. Radamel, where do we begin? What a fall from grace it has been for this Colombian striker, once a world-class forward in football, and both Manchester United and Chelsea decided to ruin his career. It got that bad for Falcao that in 2016, Premier League new boys Middlesbrough were offered the chance to sign Falcao on a 12-month loan deal. He was being labelled a flop, a failure in English football. I feel like that's a fair deal to make this all come true. Radamel Falcao to Middlesbrough, it's happening, baby. There's your confirmation, £30.8 million for the Colombian, who was once at the top of the world, the top of his game. A career change and a stockpiling of injuries just hampered his career. Let's see if he's given a second chance and took that Middlesbrough offer. How would his season and the rest of his latter years play out? Yet another South American is going to make the switch to England. This time, it's not the glorious heights of the Prem. He's going to have to start out in the Championship. Now, let me inform you that there was a time in history, the summer of 2016, where Mario Balotelli was odds-on favourites to either join Wolves in the Championship or the prospect of Port Vale. Deemed surplus to requirements at Liverpool, this is the most bizarre transfer rumour on this list, and we're making it a possibility for League 1 club Port Vale. Wait, actually, that's my bad. They're in League 2. Balotelli is going to come to the 4th division of England. And there you have it, what could have been for you Port Vale fans. Attitude and behavioural problems, also injuries, has set him back in his career. Now at 25, he's about to enter his prime. What can he achieve for Port Vale here in the 4th tier? Here is your definitive list. 8 of the weirdest, ludicrous transfer rumours I was able to find over the last 10 years, mainly revolving around England. Let me know if I have missed out on any major ones that have been circulating around Europe. A lot of points of differentiation, a lot to analyse, a lot to cover in this upcoming group career simulation. Here is the end of season 1, the weirdest transfer rumours, they've come true. It is Robert Lewandowski's Blackburn Rovers in 14th, 58 points, sitting relatively in mid-table. We have Radamel Falcao's Middlesbrough with 49 points, finishing in 17th. As we take a look towards the top of the table, it is Aubameyang's West Brom. Oh, it was a 3-way tie for automatic promotion, 87 points, as they missed out on the Premier League by the skin of their teeth. Over in the Premier League, our point of interest, Newcastle United and West Ham, and it's an Mbappe and Insigne-led Newcastle that have finished in a Europa League spot, 7th place, and West Ham smack bang in the middle of the table, a club that have a lot of expectation. Neymar and James Rodriguez, how have you not finished higher? An outstanding attack can only get you so far. If they don't have the defenders capable, that's a different story. In League 1, it looks like Ivan Rakitic has led Sunderland to promotion here, as they finished in 1st place, taking out the league, wiping it clean. It's the Croatian midfield baller that have gotten the Black Cats up to the 2nd division. Down in League 2 now, it's Balotelli's Port Vale. He's managed to guide them into a playoff spot, so we could potentially be seeing them in League 1 next season. We're going to have to wait and see how the playoffs play out, but the Italian stallion almost delivering the club glory. I've chosen to take over Blackburn just for a couple of seasons to see how Lewandowski actually performs, and he's managed 31 appearances, 12 goals and 2 assists, 14 goal contributions, and he's been one of the club's top scorers. 1st season in the championship, he's still only 21, he needs time to adapt, and he needs to work around what he's got. I mean, Blackburn, no offense to you, you haven't really got the best squad in the country. Let's see if he can carry this club on his back in season 2. Here are the top goal scorers in the championship. Lewandowski's managed to clinch 21st place. Meanwhile, I can't really see any others. No Aubameyang, no Falcao. Someone who we're really expecting to grow exponentially in the Premier League, it's Neymar at only 18. He's already gone up a +3, now sitting at an 81 overall with a £25.5 million valuation. Balotelli has improved 1 overall, going up to an 81 at Port Vale. We have James Rodriguez staying at the same overall. No growth going on there, but Ivan Rakitic has gone up a +1, just like Kylian Mbappe. No, he's actually gone up a +2 to an 84. Insigne has managed a +2 to his overall, and we also do have Falcao remaining, or actually going -1. If it's anyone, he's probably retiring first out of this bunch. We have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the Gabonese striker, up a +2. Seems like we've had a positive start. Let's see what the future holds. Season 2 is done and dusted, and it's Lewandowski's Blackburn falling 4 places down to 18th. A bit more of a relegation scare this time around, but they were still far from the bottom 3, finishing on 48 points. By the end of it, it's newly promoted Rakitic's Sunderland in 15th with 58 points. As we scroll up the table, it's Falcao's Middlesbrough pushing for that promotion at playoffs, but just missing out. It was actually West Brom promoted to the Premier League last season. Aubameyang's living life in the top tier, as we have Bournemouth and Brentford achieving automatic promotion there. And yeah, that didn't last long. It seems like it's straight back down to planet Earth for Aubameyang and West Brom as they finish bottom feeders of the Premier League. Rock bottom in 20th place. We have Newcastle. I don't understand how they're not performing. 15th, 33 points for the Magpies, and they are disappointing. West Ham pushing for that Europa yet again, finishing in 7th. Neymar and James Rodriguez nearly pushing them in 6th above Arsenal as they end up on 70 points. Balotelli's Port Vale were promoted to League 1 in Season 1. As Season 2 sees them survive quite comfortably in 14th place. The Italian stallion could take them all the way up to the championship. You never know if he gets his act together. Falcao, the Colombian, 31, he's turned a new leaf, and now that means yet another downgrade at 80. He's gone from 82 to 80 in 2 seasons. Kylian Mbappe a +3 from 84 to 87. He's continuing his development and transforming into a possible Ballon d'Or winner at Newcastle, alongside Lorenzo Insigne, 6 years older than him, but he's gone up to an 86 overall. The Italian entering the prime of his career at St. James's Park. Neymar and James Rodriguez have guided the Hammers to 7th place European football for the London club, and Neymar now up to an 85. James Rodriguez still staying the same at 87, as we now have Ivan Rakitic in the championship for Sunderland at an 82 overall. He's got up a +3 at 23. He is guiding the Black Cats, hopefully to another promotion party. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who had a terrible season in his return to the Premier League, now sitting at an 80 overall at 23 years of age. Mario Balotelli in the lowest tier out of all of them in League One. He is chilling at an 83 at 26 years of age. I forgot to check on our boy Lewandowski, who was robbed of the Ballon d'Or this year, so could he win it in this FIFA 20 career simulation? We're going to have to find out, but he no longer has a potential status that he's hit 22 years of age. He's hit a +3, now at an 80 overall, 22 years of age, and his stats in the championship this season were as followed: 35 appearances, 10 goals and 2 assists. He's had ample opportunity, ample game time, and it might just be this whole Blackburn squad, really. I don't think he gets the service needed. He's also competing with the likes of Ben Brereton and Armstrong in the mix, so it is some tough competition. Hopefully he sees the better end of Season 3. Season 3 sees us switch roles as we've taken over as Manchester United boss. The Magpies performing a bit better, and they've performed better than West Ham, sitting in 11th with 44 points outside the top 10, and definitely a disappointing season. Neymar and James Rodriguez must surely not be carrying them enough, because they are letting themselves down. More disappointment and mediocrity for the Hammers and the Magpies. Surely Season 4, they've got to deliver European football. In the championship, it's West Brom with their favourite 3rd place position. Yet again, they miss out on automatic promotion rather narrowly. It's Sheffield United and Brentford achieving that automatic spot, and it's Aubameyang's Baggies with 91 points, finishing in the 3rd place podium. It's Lewandowski's Blackburn sitting in 12th yet again with a non-top 10 finish. The poll, not enough for them to achieve promotion to the top flight, and it's Falcao's Middlesbrough in 15th. They were so close to playoffs last time around, and they've dropped to the near bottom of the table with 72 points. It's Rakitic's Sunderland, the Croatian, not enough to keep the Black Cats up in the 2nd division. They're going to play their football at the Stadium of Light in League One next season. It was fun whilst it lasted, boys, as Port Vale, where are you? Balotelli's men surviving in League One, the 3rd division, sitting in 16th rather comfortably. Mbappe, with one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League, he managed to bag 15 goals this season. Otherwise, no one else really showing their class in the Prem. Also, Mbappe managing 8 assists this season on the charts. It's been a disappointing season for many. This has not been one to write home about, as Lewandowski not even moving an overall. He's remained the same at 80. Falcao has managed to avoid a downgrade, still sitting at that 80 overall. We have Insigne and Mbappe. Now Mbappe's reached his FIFA 20 overall at 89. Insigne 87 rating, moving that +1. It's the Brazilian, now 20 years of age, eclipsing Rodriguez in rating, and it's the relegated Ivan Rakitic. Not enough to keep Sunderland up in the championship. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang only going up a +1, now at an 81. And there was upgrades for Mario Balotelli at Port Vale, sitting at an 84 overall, 27 years of age. It's actually Aubameyang with his contract expiring. So are the Baggies going to renew it, or will he be switching clubs? Let's hope not. This is going to be an intriguing Season 4. Season 4 is a wrap. It's a pretty stock standard top 4, top 5 European race. West Ham and Newcastle were nowhere near. They're just allergic to qualifying for the Champions League or Europa League for that fact, as they finish in both 9th and 10th right next to each other, doing the bare minimum to finish in the top half of the table. Just to reinforce how poorly the Hammers are performing with Neymar and James Rodriguez, they got knocked out in round 3 of the FA Cup 2-1 to Stevenage. In the Carabao Cup, it was Falcao's Middlesbrough making it all the way to the semi-finals, only losing out on aggregate to Aston Villa 4-2. That's the closest anyone has come. Newcastle knocked out in the quarterfinals 1-0. Mbappe and Insigne with no silverware in 5 years. Here is how the championship played out. We're going to have to scroll down. It's Falcao's Middlesbrough finishing in 10th. No sign of Robert Lewandowski Lewandowski or Aubameyang literally right next to each other. Aubameyang's West Brom with 63 points, 13th position, and it's Lewandowski's Blackburn Rovers finishing with 60 points, sitting in 14th. Sunderland, I mean, they haven't got automatic promotion, but they are well in with a chance to win the promotion playoffs to get back where they belong in the championship with Ivan Rakitic on their roster. It was Port Vale getting relegated, finishing in 23rd position. That is definitely relegation worthy. Here are the career progressions of the weirdest transfer rumors of all time. We have Radamel Falcao, now at 33, still at Middlesbrough, and at 79 overall. I'm really surprised that he hasn't declined further. We have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with slow and steady progression, now at 25 with West Brom, 82, and Robert Lewandowski. These two definitely haven't had the career trajectory that we once predicted or that we've seen in real life. The Polish shipman seems to be struggling at Blackburn. Maybe a lack of investment, maybe his team isn't quality, unable to carry the team to the Premier League, unlike Aubameyang, who has at least had one stint in the top flight with the Baggies. We do have Ivan Rakitic, a promotion hero for Sunderland, a survival hero as well. Mario Balotelli, who's reached at 84, now standing at 28 years of age. James Rodriguez, who has literally just stayed the same overall this entire time, the most consistent out of all of them. Lorenzo Insigne, now at 88 in that elite tier category. The Italians seem to have thrived at Newcastle. Here are their valuations on display. We've had some of these players thrive and some struggle at their formerly rumored clubs. Maybe it wasn't a bad idea that they rejected these guys or that the deal's fallen through. Mbappe was in the top 3 category for the top goal scorers. He managed 21 goals in the Premier League. James Rodriguez with 13 goals in there as well. As we scroll down, we do have Insigne with 10 goals as well. Now, a few of these players appearing on the top charts. We have Insigne with 17 assists, the Italian playmaker for Newcastle United, absolutely balling out at St. James's Park. And we do have Mbappe with 8 assists as well. I think I've come to the conclusion here that things aren't going to change at Newcastle nor West Ham as the Magpies finish in 8th position. It's a routine finish in the Premier League for them, 59 points with a highly rated 90 plus overall Mbappe on the books. He has failed to deliver, and West Ham with their lowest finish in this experiment yet. The Hammers in 14th place with 38 points. That is just terrible, terrible stuff. Neymar should be furious, and I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a move away. In the FA Cup, it was Newcastle again who gets knocked out in the semi-finals, 4-1 to Liverpool, and it was the weird transfer rumours derby in round 6 as West Ham got knocked out on penalties 4-3 to the semi-finalist Newcastle. It was a 3-3 game as well. That would have been a ripper match. In the Carabao Cup, it was Aubameyang's West Brom who made it all the way to the semi-finals at Wembley, or not at Wembley, on aggregate. They get knocked out 5-2 to Spurs. The Golden Boot still evades Mbappe with 25 goals. He has finished 4th in the league. Insigne has also finished off season 5 with 14 goals at Newcastle, and there is still no signs of James Rodriguez or Neymar on the top goal scorers list. Mbappe with 10 assists, double figures for him, as we scroll down to Insigne with 7. Oh, there we have it. Neymar's first appearance, 8 assists for Neymar Jr. at West Ham. He's finally done something. Wow, what a turnaround. Hold the phone. Blackburn Rovers have achieved automatic promotion. They've won the league and the championship, and they are back to the big time in season 6. Lewandowski has guided them to the promised land. It's Aubameyang's West Brom finishing in their favourite 3rd position. They're going to fight it out for playoff promotions with Falcao's Middlesbrough. These storylines are all interconnecting. Sunderland in 8th. They got promoted from League 1 via the playoffs. It's Balotelli's Port Vale back in League 2 and finishing in promotion playoff spots, now in 7th. Oh god, of course. EA had to do us like this. The career mode gods were not on our side for this experiment, as both West Brom and Middlesbrough knocked out in the semi-finals of the promotion championship playoffs. On away goals, Middlesbrough won, it says, but then we go to the final and it's Bristol City and Huddersfield Town? I don't get that. Middlesbrough have been robbed of their chance to return to the Premier League thanks to career mode's negligence. It was between Bristol and Huddersfield, and it was 0-0 in the final? Okay, I don't know who got promoted there. I don't know. This mode's broken. Something's going on here. I've got to get the FBI involved. And just as a point of reference, here is how Blackburn have responded. Now, 25-year-old Polish Lewandowski has made it through to 84 overall. He's in excellent form and has been the main protagonist in this promotion push alongside Willian Jose, who is has joined the club. What a pickup for them. He has managed 23 goals in 51 appearances with 1 assist to his name, and now Lewandowski can flex his goal scoring muscle in the Premier League. Unfortunately though, even if Middlesbrough were promoted to the Prem, we weren't going to be seeing Falcao flex his muscle in the top flight, as the now 34-year-old Colombian hitman will be retiring at the end of Season 5. He's hanging up the boots and we're going to have to move on without him. Another fun fact I've found out, apparently Mbappe is transfer listed at Newcastle United. Why is that, you say? I've got no idea. It might be morale issues, it might be some contract negotiation shenanigans that are going on. Who knows? Their best player of all time has been put on the transfer list for some unknown reason. It is now Kylian Mbappe who has overtaken Neymar in overall. He is now standing at a 93. Meanwhile, the Brazilian 22-year-old is at a 92. Insigne still at his 88. It has been James Rodriguez remaining consistent, 87 throughout this whole entire experiment, and there have been 3 84s with Aubameyang, Rakitic, and Mario Balotelli. Unfortunately, no Radamel Falcao on the shortlist, and we've already seen what Lewandowski has achieved with Blackburn this season. Let's go for the final Season 6 simulation to see how this all plays out. It's the end of Season 6, and Lewandowski has single-handedly kept Blackburn up in the Premier League. 17th was the goal, survival was the mission, and it's mission accomplished, baby, as they finish on 29 points, avoiding the drop by 5 points as we look towards the top of the table. It's Newcastle and West Ham. No real developments, no progression whatsoever, not really challenging for Europe and using their talents to the best of their abilities, as Manchester City takes out the title there. In the FA Cup, it was Newcastle again. They loved getting knocked out in the semi-finals, and they do yet again to Spurs on penalties, 4-3. West Ham made it to round 6. The quarterfinals saw them eliminated 3-0 to Liverpool, and Balotelli's Port Vale, round 5. That's a deep run for them. Sub goal scorers in the Premier League, and we have no one as of no, we have Mbappe with 18 goals, not up to that 25 he scored last season. It's still the golden boot that evades him, and in West Ham, we have James Rodriguez with 12 goals. In terms of assists, it's Mbappe and Neymar, both with 8 and 7 respectively in the top ranks. As we're looking at Robert Lewandowski specifically in this one, he only managed to score 5 goals. It was enough to keep Blackburn up though in 18 appearances, didn't play all too much as Willian Jose took him over in that striker position despite his lacking overall in comparison to the poll. I'm sure they're forever grateful as they've achieved salvation nonetheless. Well then, how history repeats itself. Lewandowski, after saving Blackburn from relegation in the Prem, he's off to join Dortmund once the transfer window opens on a free. Sometimes history likes to repeat itself, and we have no better case than right here. Here in the Championship, it's Rakitic's Sunderland finishing in 18th. They survived comfortably. West Brom in 5th place, qualifying for the playoffs to see if they're going to the Premier League next season. Oh yeah, Manchester United are somehow in the Championship. Don't know how that's happened, but yeah, they're here. And Port Vale's running League 2. It's Balotelli leading them to not only the title, but also promotion to League 1. We've simulated West Brom's playoffs. They won the semi-final 4-0 against Nottingham Forest comfortably, and in the final at Wembley, they choke against Fulham as Fulham take it out on penalties as Aubameyang's failed to promote his club yet again. Okay, one slipped under my radar actually. Insigne's moved to Lyon this season. Alright, I forgive you Newcastle, but still, with a 95 rated 24-year-old Mbappe, they should definitely be qualifying for at least Europa League competition. Aubameyang with a failed promotion campaign, unfortunately for the Baggies, but it's Ivan Rakitic keeping his side up in the Championship, salvation in the second division for the Black Cats, now at 27 in the prime of his career, and it's Mario Balotelli, 84, with Port Vale winning League 2. In the last season of this simulation, it has been a wild ride. Let's see what West Ham were working with. They were playing Neymar in the cam position. 92 is definitely the best player in the squad, but with the likes of Declan Rice, Thomas Lemar in the team, Brozovic, it's looking decent, but there's no signs of James Rodriguez anywhere. What's happening at Newcastle? It's obviously Mbappe playing at striker. However, the rest of the team he's working with is just mediocre personified. I can't blame him for that. This is what Lewandowski was working with. The side that achieved salvation in the top flight. Toussaint, Travis, Dak, Brereton on the right-hand side, Muric in goal. Is Rakitic's Sunderland obviously the focal point in the middle at an 85 overall, the dictator in the middle of the park, and the metronome in midfield. He's a star in a team of championship-worthy players. He couldn't carry them to promotion, just like Aubameyang, who isn't even in the starting 11. What is this disrespect? I don't understand you, Port Vale, but Balotelli isn't even in the starting 11 either. I don't know how this works. What are the managers doing? And that is where we're going to wrap it up today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy enjoy. That is how it all played out here in England with some of the weirdest transfer rumors coming true in FIFA 20 career mode. Make sure if you did go on to enjoy the video, slap a like on it down below, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications for more FIFA content coming your way. We're looking to end off FIFA 20 on a bang, and we are trying to aim for 100k before 2021. So we need all your support down below in the comments and on the videos. Hopefully you did enjoy. Have a great day. Stay safe. I've been BCHD as always, and I'll catch you guys on the very next video.